Game 1 of the regular season was against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And it was live at one of the biggest libraries in Canada.
Make some noise!
Samuel Montembeault is going to get the start for the Canadians. He's looking to shut him out just like he did in Game 1 of last season. And at the other end of the ice, we got Anthony Stolarz between the pipes for the Toronto Maple Leafs. The puck is dropped. And just 59 seconds into this hockey game, Bobby McMahon is going to blow the roof right off the public library here. Look at that. He gets a nice little redirection right in front of the Habs net. Jeff Gordon looks like he's already sick of this shit. He might be ready to give up on the season already. And it's only about to get worse a few minutes later when the Habs start taking penalties in the offensive zone. Patty, what are you doing? Now, for some reason, Patty's going to put his arm up too. I don't know what he's trying to do here. It looks like he's trying to call a penalty on himself, for God's sake. But when the Leafs get to go to work on their precious little power play, that's when everything starts to change, okay? Because the Leafs look very unorganized. It's like an accountant's desk out there. And eventually, Willie makes a silly pass, and Oliver Kapanen collects the puck and scores shorthanded. That's his first goal in the National Hockey League, and we got ourselves a game. Now, for the remainder of the first period, I felt like the Habs were in control of this one, okay? They were even out shooting the Maple Leafs 11-8, but all that really matters is what's on the scoreboard, and when the first period comes to an end, we're all tied up at 1. So now we're going to move on to the second period, where the Habs continue to apply pressure. Zachary Bolduc, who's on a line with Brendan Gallagher right now, he's going to go hard to the net and make it a 2-1 game. I thought that one was a beauty. Bolduc, in particular, was awesome last night. And even though the momentum, it was definitely in favor of the Canadians at this point, after a pretty dominant shift in the Habs zone by the Steven Lorentz line, Cal Yarncroc is going to tie it back up when he puts one right between the legs of Samuel Montembeault. And believe me when I say there was lots of room there, man. You could have parked a car in there. This goal, it seemed to give the Leafs a little bit of momentum. They dolled it up a couple of notches after this one. The Canadians even go several minutes without registering a shot on goal. Now, eventually, they are going to get a power play because of this tug by Matthew Knies on Bill Burr. Billy. But you see, the Habs power play, they can't really seem to get nothing going. The second period comes to an end with the Canadians out shooting the Leafs 14-10 that period. And now we're going to move on to the third. And I mean, it was a pretty even game up to this point, but this is where it all starts going to shit for the Canadians. Okay, look at this play. Bill Burr, he breaks his stick. Lane Hudson, somehow his stick just drops. I'm pretty sure it just hits the foot of Bill Burr and falls out of his hands. And this is going to send in Matthew Knies all alone on a breakaway. Now, he gets stopped by Samuel Montembeault, but look at the effort from this kid. Man, he's relentless. Kind of reminds me of Joe Veleno when he's looking for a job. He gets the puck out to Morgan Riley, who puts one upstairs, and that is a big goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now they got a 3-2 lead. All they got to do is close this one out. And even though Slavkovsky does get a nice look towards the end of the game, I think he rings this one off the bar. Their dreams get crushed when Austin Matthews just out-hustles line 8, and he out-hustles Dobson to make it a 4-2 game. And I mean, the rest is history. Your final score is 5-2 in favor of the Leafs. And I know a lot of you, you're probably not happy right now. You're probably not happy with the loss. But come on, it's game 1. I just want to tell you that I wouldn't really worry about it. It's early. So let's try and look at some positives from last night's game. Number 1, Dobson and Matheson. Now, aside from that high-speed chase towards the end of the game, I thought that was the best game that we've seen Noah Dobson play since donning the Habs jersey. Number 2, Zachary Bolduc was working like a dog last night. I thought he was one of the best forwards on the ice. I love his compete level, and I think he's going to work his way into the top 6 at some point. And number 3, I got to say, Oliver Kapanen is just such a good story right now for the Montreal Canadiens. He already looks really good on the penalty kill. He scored a beauty first goal that he's never going to forget. I'm interested to see how he looks as the season goes on and he gets some tougher matchups. But now, I'm going to forget about last night's game, and instead, I'm going to focus on tonight's game, where the Canadians get a chance to redeem themselves against the Detroit Red Wings. Now, I'm pretty sure Jakub Dabish is going to be between the pipes tonight. Hopefully, the Habs go out there and they just fill the net up, because I feel like we could use some of that right now. But you can let me know your thoughts down in the comments section on last night's game. Don't forget to give that like button a stone cold stunner before you leave here. And hey, I'll see you next time.